Oh, yay, oh, yay, oh, yay. This Honorable Supreme Court of Tennessee is now in session. The Honorable Holly Kirby presiding. God save the United States of America, the state of Tennessee, and this honorable court.
Welcome to the Supreme Court virtual swearing-in ceremony for new bar admittees. As Mr. Hibner said, I am Holly Kirby, a justice on the Tennessee Supreme Court. I live in Memphis, but I'm here on behalf of all of the court members from all over the state. We are gathered virtually today to make it official for the new bar admittees scheduled to become lawyers today. It's a great achievement for anyone to be admitted to law school, survive years of difficult law school courses, graduate, and pass the bar exam. It's always true that many who become licensed lawyers have to overcome significant personal obstacles to get there. So congratulations to all of you on surviving law school, passing the bar exam, completing all of the requirements to be admitted, and making it here today. In fact, here's an official gold star in recognition of your achievement. It's actually a homemade cardboard cutout gold star mounted onto a straw, but I guess you get the idea. We're proud of each and every one of you. And a gold star too for the family and friends here virtually in support. Nobody reaches this happy day without help. Many of your family and friends made significant sacrifices so that you could achieve your dream of being a lawyer. We as a court acknowledge their important contributions. The swearing-in ceremony for new lawyers is perhaps the happiest ceremony the court conducts. Most of our proceedings are pretty hotly contested, with a winner and a very unhappy loser. In this ceremony, I can assure you that all motions are granted and everyone gets to leave a winner. So today's ceremony has two parts: individual motions for the admission of each new attorney, and then a joint oath. New admittees will be spotlighted individually in alphabetical order, and Jim Berry, the incoming president of the Tennessee Bar Association and a fine example of Tennessee's excellent legal community, will sponsor and move for his or her admission to the bar. After all of the motions are granted, I'll administer the oath of admission to all of you at once. And even though this is an official court proceeding, I want you to know it's very informal. As you take the oath, feel free to have with you your spouse, your parents, your children, your auntie, your dog, whoever is important to you. And don't worry if the dog barks or the baby cries. During all of this, note that we have a chat function for you to post comments on your favorite new lawyer. We love the chat, so friends and family should feel free to post as much as you want. You've already heard from the clerk of our appellate courts, Jim Hibner, of whom we are all fans. Mr. Hibner also serves as our marshal in this court proceeding. Mr. Hibner, his staff, and our whole IT team make this ceremony possible. We thank them for their hard work and their professionalism. Now, Mr. Berry, would you like to say a few words to our admittees?
Yes, I would actually. I'm Jim Berry, and I am president-elect of the TBA. And on behalf of the Tennessee Bar Association, I'm pleased to have the opportunity to introduce you today before the Supreme Court of Tennessee. We are very blessed in Tennessee to have a Supreme Court that has consistently put an emphasis on access to justice. They have stressed access to justice for all Tennesseans and that it should be equal. I hope that as you proceed in your careers, you will find it in yourself to give back to the state by also promoting access to justice in any way that you can.
Thank you, Mr. Berry.
If-
Court. Are we ready? Mr. Hibner, did I get ahead of us? Okay.
Nope, we're ready, Your Honor. We can start when you're ready.
Okay, got you. We appreciate your remarks, Mr. Berry, and the court agrees with your admonition that these new lawyers use their new law licenses for the good of our community and our state and our country. So now it's time to hear the admittees be introduced. I believe that we're going to introduce them in alphabetical order. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
All right, Your Honor, may it please the court. As I just said, I am Jim Berry and I'm a member of the Tennessee Bar. I would first like to introduce Emily Bank. She graduated from Syracuse University undergraduate and then graduated from Rutgers Law School. She is the Associate Counsel of Thermo Fisher Scientific. She has successfully completed all the requirements to practice law before this board, and I therefore move her admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
The court is most pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Berry. Ms. Bank, were you licensed elsewhere and you are joining Tennessee practice? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm licensed in New Jersey and New York.
That's great. Well, welcome to the Tennessee Bar. The court is pleased to grant the motion for your admission, and we welcome you to the Tennessee legal community.
Thank you.
I would next like to introduce Mark Blunt. He attended Duke Law School and has successfully completed all requirements to practice law before this bar. I therefore would like to move for Mr. Blunt's admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
The court is pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Berry. Mr. Blunt, one of my colleagues, Justice Sarah Campbell, graduated from Duke Law School. She's done pretty well, so that bodes well for you. We welcome you to the Tennessee Bar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I would next like to introduce Susan Brancasio. She graduated from Ithaca College undergraduate and Vanderbilt Law School. She has completed successfully all the requirements to practice law before this bar. I therefore move for Ms. Brancasio's admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
Court is very pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Berry. Now, Ms. Brancaccio, could you tell me how to pronounce your name? I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly.
It's Brancasio.
Brancascio. We are most pleased to welcome you to the Tennessee Bar and wish you well in your legal practice in Tennessee.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I would next like to introduce Henry Lee Falls. He graduated from Duke undergraduate and then graduated from Duke Law School. He has successfully completed all the requirements to practice law before the bar. I therefore move for Mr. Falls' admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
The court is honored to grant your motion, Mr. Berry. And Mr. Falls, it looks like Duke is well represented today.
It appears that way.
I think it bodes well for you as well, and frankly, for the Tennessee legal community. So we welcome you to the bar in Tennessee.
Thank you very much.
I would next like to introduce Marquette Christine Starkey. She went undergraduate to Washington and Jefferson College and then graduated from the University of Virginia School of Law. She has successfully completed all the requirements to practice law before this bar. I therefore move for Marquette Starkey's admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
The court is pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Berry and Ms. Starkey. We're very pleased to have you part of the bar in Tennessee and wish you a long and happy legal practice.
Thank you.
I would next like to introduce Kenneth Joseph Peace. He went undergraduate to the University of Illinois and then graduated from DePaul University College of Law with high honors. He has successfully completed all requirements to practice law before this bar. I therefore move for his admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
We are pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Berry and Mr. Peace. That's an impressive background. You will be a great addition to the bar in Tennessee, and we're pleased to have you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'd next like to introduce Sarah Beth Stevens. She graduated undergraduate from Emory University and then graduated from law school from the University of the District of Columbia, David A. Clark School of Law. She has successfully completed all the requirements to practice law before this bar. I therefore move for Ms. Stevens' admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
The court will grant your motion, Mr. Berry and Ms. Stevens. That's a great background as well. We're bringing many talented people from all parts of the country to Tennessee, and we're so pleased to have you. Welcome to the bar in Tennessee.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'd next like to introduce Shelley Stice. She graduated from the Tennessee State University and then graduated law school from the Nashville School of Law. She has successfully completed all the requirements to practice law before this bar. I therefore move for Ms. Stice admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
The court is very pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Berry and Ms. Stice. I have to tell you that graduates of the Nashville School of Law have a special place in the court's heart. They almost always have gone through even more than most law students in order to get their law degree and cherish it all the more. We cherish you. So welcome to the bar in Tennessee.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that all, Mr. Hebner?
Yes, Your Honor, that is our list for today.
All right. Now comes the big moment, the oath. You'll be unmuted so that we can hear you. Gather anyone you want to be with you as you take the oath.
Everybody, please unmute.
Okay. If you would prefer to stand and stay on camera, do that. But regardless, stay on camera, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. Everyone ready? Okay. I state your
I,
name.
Ken Peace.
I, Shelley Stice,
I love that part. Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
Affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Tennessee,
and the
and the Constitution of the State of Tennessee.
in the practice of my profession.
In the practice of my profession,
I will conduct myself
I will conduct myself
with honesty,
with honesty,
honesty,
fairness,
fairness,
integrity,
integrity,
and civility
and civility,
to the best of my skill and abilities.
to the best of my
skill and
abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations to all. You are now lawyers and part of the bar in Tennessee. We're so proud to have you. And that concludes this most happy court proceeding. So go celebrate. We stand adjourned.
Congratulations, everyone. We're now adjourned.